All right. So sometimes I just be rambling. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Well,
Mm-hmm.
most times. I was talking to my friend Drake. He hangs out in the chat sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but I was telling him about Armor Core 6 because he was
Oh
he
my
was wanting to
god.
play it. No, so he was like, "What is the game about?" I was like, "Honestly, like I don't really. It don't have like a lot of cutscenes and stuff, and I don't really pay attention to when they're talking because it's one game that like you're more like, I just want to get in with my mech and change my shit and shoot some shit. You don't really pay so much attention to the story to it." I said, "But I think it's about what's going on in they're like fighting over coral." He was like, talking about like coral reefs? I said, yeah, I think they keep mentioning coral. I think that's what they're fighting over. I said, but unless I'm mistaken, I think that's a thing that's happening in real life. Like coral, something's going on with coral, and we're like
Oh my goodness.
going
Uh,
to war over it.
so you just
He was
invented
like,
your own story, basically.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, and he was like, he said, really? He said, that's going on. I said, I think so. I think like in real life, we're fighting over coral. And yesterday, I was home just sick, so I was playing Armor Core and I was like, all right, what the fuck is going on? So I went to go look up Coral because they are fighting over Coral in that game. So I went to go look it up and there's nothing going on with Coral in real life. And I haven't told him. So he's just running around thinking we're going to war with other countries over Coral right now.
Oh my god. Just making up shit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let it ride. So when they start having like political conversations at work, he can throw that in there and just
What about coral though? What about coral?
yeah, exactly. Just whatever, I guess.
Hope you're ready for battle. You better get on the saddle. We got some demons to tackle. Yeah. We about to put on a show. These haters don't even know.
Top 3 favorite anime characters of all time.
The Rocket Twins from Pokemon. Yeah, you would have to use your mouth.
I don't know what's going on with Big Radiohead today. Cody asks, I watched last week's episode, but I couldn't stop focusing on that nasty red spot above Anthony's eye.
Damn.
When you come to the ring, which song do we got?
Think of a song. Oh, of a song. A song.
Oh my god. All right, you're not doing that to the ring. Are there any games out there that represent your life, like something you can relate to? It's the most depressing game, Elden Ring. I could probably relate. I could probably relate to Caelid. Yeah, Caelid in Elden Ring, that whole area. I relate to all of that.
Anthony has anxiety.
That whole thing is great. Thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the world's greatest junk mail podcast on earth, even if it is the only one. I'm Anthony Streams, and I'm here with the lovely Pink Radiohead, who's dressed kind of festive, and I'm not.
I think you
At least
forgot.
you wore red.
Yeah, I mean, I did it on purpose. I've been wearing this shirt for the last 3 days.
I obviously didn't get the memo. I wore Pikachu for Christmas.
It's
But,
fine. Pikachu has, like, I guess, red cheeks.
Yeah, red cheeks, and we got a red. Well, Levi's. We're not getting a check, so I probably should have done that. But
Yeah.
there's Levi's. If you want another one of those Levi's, you can always cut us a check.
Right.
Let me get my mic where I want it. All right, so we got some. This is going to be our Christmas episode. You're going to get it a week early because for Christmas Day, believe it or not, we don't have better things to do than record, but do have better things to do than record. If that makes sense, we have no plans. We just don't want to do this. But what we will be doing, our Christmas episode will be dropping this week as you're listening to this on Christmas day after Christmas, that Tuesday. I'll be posting a video. You get a little. You're gonna get a little something either way. We're gonna put a little video up. I'm gonna be playing Liza P over on my stream. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Be playing Liza P over on my stream because we've been doing that. But Pink Radiohead is gonna join and probably harass me the entire way through. Tell me how bad I suck at the game.
Even though I've never played it.
Times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what we want. We need the entertainment. There's no way I could do Zelda with her on the other.
Oh, actually, I feel like it should be changed to Zelda.
No, absolutely not.
So I can actually be based.
Oh my god, I'd be getting screamed at from the beginning to the end of the stream.
Let's go! Maybe I'll show you how to properly play that game.
Yeah, well, I need to be taught how to properly play that game and others. But we'll get live reaction and thoughts from Pink about Liza P. So that'll be kind of interesting to see what you think about Pinocchio going dark.
What about if
Have you
what if I don't have anything interesting to say about it though?
Well, you'd be like me on my every stream. I do. Have you thought anything about Liza P at all from whatever you may have seen? Do you have any thoughts?
I
around
don't
it?
watch other people play things that I haven't played, so this will be kind of like a first. Like I watched the trailer and I know what the game is about, sorta. But I'm like that with movies and video games. I don't look too much into it before I play it myself. So
I'm the exact same way. Funny thing, I picked Liza P because I thought you would have zero interest in playing it. So I guess I was wrong in picking that one. We probably should have went with Armor Core.
no,
All right.
you're not gonna make me sit through that.
Well, she is going to sit through is this thing we do every single week, which is answering y'all's junk mail questions, even when they're bad ones. But this week, I asked for Christmas ones. We got a bunch of ones that weren't Christmas because that's how my chat does. They just like, guys, we need Christmas questions, and they give you everything but what you asked for. But they ended up giving us some, and we got a nice little list here of Christmas questions that we're going to do. Whenever Pink is ready. Pink, are you ready for this?
Yes.
All right, then we're gonna go in hot with Meadow. Shout out to Meadow Sama over on Twitch. Actually, I was just watching Meadow Sama play some Resident Evil, and that was very entertaining because he was as terrified as I was. Meadow wants to know hot chocolate or eggnog.
I like both. But I would say just because I like the Venezuelan version of eggnog, but no, eggnog. I will go with eggnog. Yeah. Spiked eggnog, by the way.
Spiked? Oh, okay. See what you're doing over there. I'm gonna go hot chocolate. I'm drinking hot chocolate right now, actually, and I haven't had eggnog.
That's Fart
since I was,
Central.
That's what?
Fart Central.
Oh, I haven't had eggnog since I was like a teenager, so I don't even really remember what it tastes like. Maybe I should get some eggnog.
I just really like eggnog. There's I think I mentioned it on a previous episode. It's very similar to eggnog, but it's Venezuelan and like thicker, and it is alcoholic. I do, you can make the version without alcohol too, but it's something that I will be making too for our Christmas Eve. That's usually when we celebrate with family on Christmas Eve on the 24th. I'm gonna be making ponche crema, which is our Venezuelan version of eggnog. It's thicker and it also has rum in it, and it's great and delicious. And I'm excited about that. So I do like eggnog because it reminds me of ponche crema.
Nice, hell yeah! I was gonna ask you, would you spike it? Would you spike it with?
Rum.
You go rum every time?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good, actually. I might try that this year.
Let's
All
see.
right, let's jump to Marco, who says, "Have you tried the Among Us sauce?"
I actually told Anthony I didn't know who this is. This is my brother. Hi, bro. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Por qué eres tan
¿Cómo
sos?
estás?
¿Por qué eres tan sos? Yeah, no, I don't know that that's a real question, to be honest. Have you tried Among Us?
No, I didn't know it was a thing until this question.
But you're sus, though. You're very sus.
Yeah, sus and what else goes on in Among Us? Killers and
No, but
dead bodies and
I don't know. I think that's the meme, right? Like you're sus, like sauce Among Us. You're sus.
oh, is that what it is?
I think so.
I've played Among Us like 3 times, so this one kind of went over my head. I'm not smart enough for this one. I'm not a real gamer.
Okay.
I think both of our answers are no. We haven't tried it,
Right.
but maybe we both want to try it. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I'll talk to him when I see him at the end of December.
There we go. I should probably quit saying that I want to try something that I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
might get myself in some trouble here.
Yep.
All right, let's jump over to BD. He's got a couple of them, and I'm gonna be unprofessional and pull my phone closer because I can't read that far. At 4 or 5, okay, hold on. If you are listening to this with your kids, and there is some information that may be spread about Santa Claus that you don't want your kids to hear.
But
now
why
would
would
be
you
a
be
good
listening
time.
with your kids though?
Maybe their kids like video games and they like hearing us talk about video games.
We don't talk. Well, whatever. Go ahead.
Well, if there are any kids and you're worried about information on Santa, now would be the good time to get them out of the room.
What
but
about
BD
Santa,
wants to
mommy?
know-
What about Santa? Wait, what? Why did you sing about Santa? Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Nope, that's kind of it. At 4 or 5, my oldest brother told me there was no Santa, so I haven't believed since then. So my question is, when did you stop believing in Santa? Well, we know as a young kid, Pink was told Santa Claus was dead, so that's probably when she stopped believing.
Yep. I was told that by my sister. Shout out to my sister.
Yeah, that's on a previous episode. If this is your first time listening, you should go back and check. Might have been the last one or the one before, I believe.
Unsure.
Yeah, Pinks was told as a child that Santa Claus was dead. I don't.
He
I
was
don't have good
found
enough
dead.
memory. Yeah, found dead. Yes, specifically by your family. They were just lucky enough to find your Santa Claus dead. I don't have good enough memory for this. I don't know. I really like. I hate to give you an I don't know answer, but like my memory is way too bad to remember. I don't even remember how I found out. Like I remember wrestling. I'll never forget wrestling because I love wrestling. So I'll never forget when I was told about that. Santa Claus, I don't remember. I don't remember when I believed. I'm sure I did. I just don't. You know what I can tell you? I remember my mom and dad making. No, I definitely did because I remember my mom would make cookies and we would help her bake them, and she would put them out on a plate or whatever. And when we found out, I don't remember how old I was. I just remember this conversation of like, "So what happened to the cookies that we made?" She's like, "Well, your dad eats them." Well, okay, thanks. We cooked this motherfucker some cookies. Why didn't we at least get some? But yeah, I don't remember how old I was when I figured that out. But I do remember that specific conversation. Yeah. Anything else? That's it.
No, I mean, I think I don't feel bad about not remembering stuff. There's a lot of things that people ask that I don't remember either. I just had that very specific story that came to my memory as we were talking that episode, and I had forgotten about it until that time. So.
Oh yeah, if you ask me about age, how old I was when I did this, what year I did this, I don't even remember what I wore yesterday around the house. Like my memory is just, excuse me, toasted. Excuse me, I'm sorry guys, I'm going through it over here. Also, he wants to know also, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? I'm gonna be honest with you. I know this is a debate. I've never watched Die Hard, so I know that that's a thing. Do you know anything about this, Pink?
Yeah. So I've watched Die Hard a couple of times, a lot of times actually, when I was a kid. But to be honest, the scene that I remember the most, and it was my favorite scene for some reason, like a very crazy kid, was that part where they drop this guy on the piranhas and piranhas eat him. But honestly, I don't even remember that it was Christmas during Die Hard. Like, I found out that Die Hard was a Christmas movie for many people when I moved to this country or when I started, like, paying attention to TV shows and stuff like that. I wish I just saw my cat in the background. Sorry, I got distracted. He's sleeping on the couch there that is not in frame. And I just see, he just opened his back paws and I just see his belly and paws and it's adorable. But anyway, Die Hard, Christmas movie. I say, like, if it's a Christmas movie for you, then I guess that's a Christmas movie. You know, what can I say? I don't know. But again, like.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Tell him it ain't Pink. Let him know it ain't no fucking Christmas movie if that's how you feel.
Oh, I don't have an opinion that I haven't seen Die Hard in many, many years. Like I said, the scene that I remember was the part with the piranhas and the guy being dropped in the piranhas, and it was my favorite scene in the entire movie. It's kind of
Yeah.
weird that that was my favorite scene, but yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted you to go to war with the listeners. Yeah, well, there you go. If you want it to be a Christmas movie, it is. Why do they say it? Just because it takes place and it's snowing? Like it's snowing when it takes place or something like that? What's
It might
it's not
be. I
obviously
there's a
Christmas,
part.
right?
I think it's a mall. There's a mall. I think they're in a mall, and probably the mall has like trees and stuff, like Christmas trees. But I'm unsure. I don't remember.
Mm. Should I watch Die Hard? Is it good?
I mean, it's like one of those films that you should always like that you have to watch at least once. Um, like I said, it's been many years. I've seen it as a kid, so
Yeah, okay. Maybe. Is it better than Scarface?
don't ask me. I don't know.
We're asking you all the hard-hitting questions.
I don't think it's
All right.
better as far as quality and stuff like that, but it is a cult movie, I feel like. So,
I need to watch that and Pulp Fiction. I do want to watch Pulp Fiction because I
well,
never
Pulp
seen it.
Fiction I would recommend. It's actually pretty good.
One of my best friends, it's his favorite movie ever of all time, and I was just like, damn, I need to watch that. But memory is what it is, and I forget. All right, next we're gonna go to Mailman, who says, "What's your favorite Christmas movie?" He's got a couple, so we'll start there. Do you have a favorite Christmas movie? Mine is we talked a little bit about this. Mine is Nightmare Before Christmas.
I don't have a favorite.
Ooh.
I don't have a favorite Christmas movie. I used to watch a lot of rom-coms when I lived in Spain because one time I spent like 6 months with no internet. So I would go to this place called Veeps, like they call Vips, it's like VIP, over there in Spain, and I would buy DVDs that were on sale. So I would watch movies like Love Actually, The Holiday, and stuff like that. But apparently, Love Actually hasn't aged very well. It's one of those movies that you watch now. It's like completely problematic. Every single romance in that movie is problematic. I did remember The Holiday. I did like that movie a lot, and I don't think that one is problematic. One was actually really cute, but I wouldn't say they're my favorites. I don't have like favorite Christmas movies. I can tell you my favorite Christmas map in a video game is Banjo Kazooie, and the winter map is actually a Christmassy one, and there's even like a mission where you have to walk the light bulbs and defend them from things that wants to eat them, and then you light up the entire Christmas tree. So I can tell you that that's my favorite Christmas map.
My favorite Christmas map, would be from Fall Guys. You got some pretty cool
I've never seen it.
maps.
Yeah.
We got to get you into Fall Guys too. You know what? I jumped the gun. I really like The Grinch, the animated and the one with Jim Carrey.
I've only seen it once. So.
I might give you three. Favorite would probably be The Grinch with Jim Carrey. My second favorite would probably be the animated one, and then Nightmare Before Christmas. Those would be my favorite Christmas movies. Do you have a favorite Christmas memory? These are all for this question from Mailman also.
Christmas memory.
I can go while you think.
Go ahead.
One year, oh my god, my family got so pissed at us. Me and my brother woke up before everybody. At the time, we would have never pulled this shit if my dad was home. My dad worked offshore. He worked on a boat. So like he would come home for so many weeks and be out on sea for so many weeks. He may still be doing that to this day. But that's what he was doing when he was there when we were younger. So like he was gone, and me and my brother, it was just me and my brother, my sister, and my mom. And we woke up before everybody, and we just had this idea of let's go grab our presents, bring them up to the room, and just open them. And so they woke up, came into the room. Oh my god, they were pissed off. Like we had opened almost everything in the room with the door shut. Just went in and was just tearing things up. Oh my god, I'll never forget. They were so pissed off. It was so uncomfortable the rest of that day. Like, I had like that. I remember getting do you know Outkast, Pink Radiohead?
Yeah.
Okay. I had got one year my mom got me a bunch of CDs, and it was around that time where she was kind of letting us listen to cuss music if it wasn't like I don't know. It was the weirdest like half-ass watching what we're listening to. She was like, no Eminem, no DMX, and no Tupac. Because to her, that was just like they say the foulest shit ever. I don't know how she made the opinion on who said the wildest shit, but she just was like, none of them. She got us Outcast, and she was. This is when they dropped the Hey Y'all,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, oh, it's Hey Y'all. Like, there's no way this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the album. I'm looking at. I know these songs because I'm like this hip hop connoisseur. So I'm like reading the back. It's like, oh my god, they got so many songs on this album that I love. My oldest sister looks at it and she's like, let me see. She's like, you bought them this? And I'm just like, she's not about to just snitch right now. Like, why would she do this? My mom was like, what's wrong with it? She was like, it's really foul. Why would you do that? I got that taken from me. I had a I had a Ja Rule album that got taken from me.
How is this
I
your
think
best
that-
Christmas memory, though?
because like it.
Is this
I
funny?
don't know. I guess I guess the funny part of it. I always remember these memories just because of how funny it was. Of just like my sister really snitched on me, and I got my Outkast album taken from me. Then we found other ways to get music that I won't incriminate myself on, so I got the album anyways. Those are some of my favorites, just because of how funny it is looking back at it.
Yeah, that's funny because I remember at that time, my parents would actually get us, or especially my sister, they would get her a bunch of CDs. And I remember the Red Hot Chili Peppers had come out with Californication, and my
Oh,
dad
yeah.
was like, "There's no way we're buying them this." I'm like, and my mom is like, "Why?" My mom like was completely clueless, and she speaks English, but she was like not realizing what the name was. So, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like they still bought it because it was just like it was just an album, and we didn't even speak English. So, yeah. So it's
Yeah, so
fine.
who cares if you can't understand it? Who cares?
But I mean, I was thinking about it, and like honestly, my best Christmas memories were always kind of like the entire month of December back in the day. When my cousins and my family would come over, and I think I've mentioned it before, like just being around the family, getting to see my cousins because they always lived in other cities. And then when we had the Nintendo 64, like we would literally go crazy at Mario Party and Super Smash Bros, especially the next day. So on the 24th, usually we would hang out and stuff like that. I feel like when they became like everybody started growing up, like preteens and teenagers, they became really boring and they just wanted to hang out in my sister's room and not do anything, especially my cousins. And I was always like, but I want to do something. Let's do something. Let's do something. Like, I wanted to always do something fun because it's almost like I never grew out of that stage that I just wanted to spend time, even if it was just playing or just doing something dumb. That was one of them, like just like playing Mario Party during the holidays with my cousins. And I think I had a couple of good memories when I lived in Europe, and it was my sister and me. And then we would just go out, and there was one time my cousin was visiting with his wife, and we went out for dinner with them, and then his wife just went back to the hotel, but then he decided to come with us to have like some drinks at a bar and stuff like that. And when he was tired, like he was like, "Okay, you guys are going home too, right?" Because I guess he was worried that we would stay there by ourselves. And we're like, "Yeah, sure." So we actually walked him to the taxi, say bye, and then went back to the bar, my sister and I, and we ended up going back home like at 8 a.m. And we ran into some people and made some friends, and then we had churros with chocolate at the end of the night, and just good memories of spending time with my family, even if it was just my sister, and back in the day with my cousins and the rest of my family. For me, those were the best times.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. We didn't do a whole lot of we don't have a very big family as it is. So a lot of the Christmases it was just me, my mom, my little brother, and my sister. And we're just so opposite outside of me and my brother. So it'd be like every year that's when we would get the NBA 2K and the WWE wrestling game that because they put a new one out every year. So as a kid, that's what we always asked for is like we want the new 2K, and we knew we'd get them every year, but that'd be the two things that we get. I mean, along with other things too, but we would like as soon as we open those, we're like, all right, we'll get these coloring books and all the things she's trying to put in here to make us do something different and have a little more fun. We'll open it, act like we care, and then we're gonna run upstairs and play 2K. And me and my brother would just sit in there all day playing 2K, and they would do whatever they would do. But we're just so different. Like we didn't have other family members that were into playing video games and things like that. So I mean, like
Yeah.
that was it. We'd go play 2K, and everybody else would go on about their day. And then when it was dinner time, we'd all come back down, eat, hang out, and then run back up and
Like-
finish playing 2K.
It's funny because like my cousins were like not. None of them were gamers except for one that he's still a gamer till this day. Shout out to Domingo. And and but Mario Party was something that we would always do because it was fun, and you know, like we would destroy the controllers with battle and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, I think Nintendo always has that magic of bringing the family together in some way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. The little bit of gaming my family did do would be Nintendo things.
Hmm.
But that was once PlayStation came out, we didn't really ever go back to Nintendo. But back like during the Super Nintendo and the 64, that was back when my sister would even play with us, play
Mhm.
like Mario games or Donkey Kong games
Right.
or anything like
Yeah.
that. Once PlayStation kind of hit and we got into PlayStation, my sister was kind of out of it by then. And but yeah, Nintendo. That's one thing Nintendo continues to do good to this day to me is like just fun family
Mhm.
things
Mhm.
that you could do together.
Yeah.
Mailman has one more over here, I think. Oh, and your first big Christmas gift. I don't know if this is because you're asking me to remember something. I don't know if it was my first. Oh, you said favorite. Wait, no. Oh, okay, no, you said first. I don't remember if this is my first. It's one of the ones I can remember. So, Pink, I don't know if you know who Allen Iverson is.
No.
Okay, Allen Iverson was a huge. Might have been like 2003 probably. He was a huge name NBA player. At the time, especially for young black kids growing up, he was wearing like cornrows and he reminded us of what we seen every day. You know, there was like Michael Jordan and like all these people, but you didn't see like Michael Jordan was a bald guy.
Yeah.
And he just looked like your dad almost. Allen Iverson looked like the people from the neighborhood we grew up with. Like he had the cornrows and he had tattoos all over his arms and neck, and we were like, oh my god, I want to be like Allen Iverson. He wore the headband and just like everybody wanted to be like Allen Iverson. And he was like every hood kid's like inspiration. We all looked up to Allen Iverson. So like I remember my grandma calling me on my dad's side. She lived in Washington, DC. And she asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I told her I want the Allen Iverson jersey.
Okay.
These things are not cheap.
Mhm.
Like jerseys are just not cheap in general. But I told her I want the Iverson jersey. I just knew I would be the shit in school when I come to school with an Iverson jersey on. Like,
Mm.
oh my god. And she sent it. I really didn't think she would send it just because my mom was mad that I asked because of how expensive it was. But she sent the black 76ers Iverson jersey. And like, oh my god. To this hold on, I'll show y'all something. I'll keep them busy real quick.
I'll keep you busy, but probably he's just gonna have to edit it out because I don't have anything to say. Oh, well, I can tell you in the meantime. I'm trying to remember what my big gifts are, and I have no idea. Well, I do know Ocarina of Time. I probably got it during Christmas because I'm seeing now that it came out on November 21st, 1998. So I definitely got it for Christmas. So
Nice. My brother just sent me these. They're retro Iverson shoes that we had growing up. They're remaking them and stuff. And on the inside, they don't have them on this one, but she also sent me a pair of Iverson shoes. And on the inside used to have this picture of him on the inside of the shoe. And kind of like here, how they have it on the back right here.
mhm.
But my brother bought these for me. I don't know. It's just I love these
Excuse me.
just because it just reminds me so much of my childhood and
Mhm.
just like how excited we were when I was like the shit in school for a bit when I had the Iverson jersey because I had it before most people. Oh my god, I love it. I wore that jersey everywhere. I wore it. So we stayed in Houston, and my sister took me to my first Houston Rockets game, and I went there wearing the Iverson jersey. I was like, yeah, it's cool we're in Houston, but I'm not here for y'all. I'm here for Iverson. But yeah, I'll thank you for that, Mel, man. Actually, that felt good to even remember that. Just man, what a time that was.
Yeah, I think honestly, that's a great memory. To be honest, I think that's good when like to really dig deep a little bit when like you get these questions, because like there are things that we have forgotten about that actually are pretty nice memories. I'm not sure if I got Zelda Ocarina of Time for Christmas, or my parents happened to be visiting here around Black Friday back in that time, and then that's when they got it for me. But I remember seeing the ads for that game, and I didn't even know what it was about. I just remember the boy with the fairy, and I was like, I won that game. I won that game. I won that game. I won that game. And I told my parents, this is a game that I won. And, I did get it like on that same year. And I think it could have been probably during Christmas. So, I would say that was one of my biggest gifts ever during Christmas. But I think, honestly, throughout the years, my parents have been always like very good with Christmas gifts. Even if it's not something big or anything like that, I still like always enjoyed them. And I think I was telling a friend earlier too that there was something that I used to do, or that I still do to this day. It's kind of like embarrassing when I get gifts and stuff like that. Let's say that they're in bags and boxes and stuff like that. Like, let's say it's like this agenda, like this planner and this pen and stuff like that. I start walking around with my gifts all over the house, like just kind of like checking them out, looking at them, and then I'm going to my room, I'll take them with me. In my room, I'll go into the living room, I'll take them with me, and I just start walking with them, even though I'm not using them. I just like, I don't know, I'm weird. I get like very excited with gifts.
I'm that way too. I'm still a big kid at the end of the day.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever grown out of it. Like, I just, It's like a very childish thing to do, but I don't think it's a bad thing. So, yeah.
No, not at all. And one of the things like you were just talking about digging deep in these memories, I feel like, and we've both spoken on just like mental health and depression. We speak on that a lot on this podcast, and we talk about our memories. Like, we make jokes, but between the two of us, we really do have terrible memories. So, like, the little kid in me that got excited about that Iverson jersey, that was nice to remember that, because I haven't thought about that. Even when he bought me them shoes, I forgot about that story about the Iverson jersey. I literally didn't think about that until I read his question.
Yeah.
And I remembered that Iverson jersey and how much that meant to me as a child. So that's one of my favorite things about this podcast, being able to, it just pulls out memories I forgot were there. And like said, dealing with the mental health things that I deal with and things like that, just that excitement is just like, you need that sometimes. Like, man, that felt good. Thank you for that question, Melman. Even if Pink didn't know who Allen Iverson was.
I didn't grow up here, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how dare y'all not pay attention to Allen Iverson in Venezuela? All right. C Tom wants to know, what's one dish you can't do without on your Christmas dinner table? I don't really we don't have a tradition with nothing like that, to be honest. So
I wish I could say like there's one dish that I cannot do without, but I feel like since I moved here to the US, our Christmas dinners have become so small. I will say pan de jamon, which is like a traditional Venezuelan dish. It's usually something that we won't miss. Like, not won't miss, but like cannot be missed or cannot be missing on the table. Just because it's something that you have before dinner, especially since Venezuelans take 4 hours to put out dinner on when you're coming over to see your family and stuff like that. It's never on time. Which is like, by the way, pan de jamon is like a ham bread, but like it's kind of like this loaf that I'm actually gonna make it. Maybe I'll take a picture and share it with the viewers. I don't know how, but like it's rolled with ham, and I think it has maybe bacon, and it has like olives and raisins. It's just very good. It tastes very good, and I would say ponche crema is another thing that I usually try to make every year because it was tradition when I lived over there. And then there was one thing that my mom is gonna make. It's like it's not a pastel, pot pie, like a pot pie. No, it's not a pot pie. It's actually similar to this ham roll, but it's actually made with leek. It's so freaking good. Again, it's just like so many things that were tradition when my entire family was together. But once you become an immigrant, it's a little bit harder, especially if it was your grandmother who used to make the stuff and your grandmother still back then, you know. And
Oh
you
yeah.
know, we tried our best. We tried our best to keep stuff like this year. We're gonna have some hallacas. In hallacas is a traditional Venezuelan Christmas food. Is people will compare them to tamales, but like tamales don't have the amount of filling that an hallaca has. It's like very, it's like way more complicated than a tamal in a sense, because it's a Christmas dish. It's a main Christmas dish, so like it's
Yeah.
filled with this very elaborate stew. But yeah, that's some of them. My family also mixes in some Italian stuff. And yeah.
That's exactly why I'm glad she's here. We didn't really do like I remember my mom would make ham, but like I'm not even a big ham guy. Like I haven't had ham since we quit doing Christmases together like that. Like like I didn't really care that much about ham when I was a kid. So like we didn't really we never really did anything too crazy for Christmas. We just cook regular food, I guess. But Pink came through and saved the day with that one. So all right, let's go to Drake. And to what you were saying, it is hard to ever imitate grandma's cookings.
Yeah.
That's hard to that's hard to do. Drake wants to know, do you take the time to actually wrap gifts or do you just leave them in the bags? And I 100% wrap all my gifts. Like I said, I'm a child at heart. I still treat Christmas with my grown ass friends like they're 12 too, and they will open their shit and they won't know what it is until they open it.
Yeah, I wrap gifts. I will say this year, like for my birthday and my dad's birthday, I didn't wrap the gift, but because like everything was like super together for me. I don't know. This year has been rough, and but all years I always wrap all gifts, and I actually enjoy it, and I enjoy putting like a cute little bow on it and putting them under the
Mhm.
tree and making them good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm the exact same way. I was talking to my mom and I was shopping for one of my best friends and I I found he's a Philadelphia Eagles fan for football, so and they won the championship not last year but the year before. And he's a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan. So I was going through Aeropostale with or
I think that's what.
Hollister. I think it was I was trying to remember what store. I think it's Aeropostale though.
Okay.
And they have like different NFL teams and like they put like just it's one of them they merged. What do they call that? The why is my mind they merged? I forget. Collaborated. There we go. Like Pikachu and Levi's.
Mm-hmm.
They had done like an Eagles one and it had the logo on the front. It said like the year that they went to the championship year. It was really nice. It was like $100. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get him this. Like he would love this. My mom was like, he's grown. Why are you spending $100? I'm just like, I don't care. All this is just fun to me. Like this is great. Like his face when he sees this is gonna be so excited about this. Like the money doesn't matter. Like I don't know. I'm such a kid with Christmas, so I'm the wrong person to ask about this. I'm the biggest kid.
I
during
think it's
Christmas.
the right person to ask actually, because yeah, wrap your presents. You know. My brother
Yeah.
is a mess with that. My brother literally just like leaves it with the tag in the bag. He forgets to wrap them and he just goes like here, here, here. Like and you know, it's funny, you know, like we accept him how he is,
Yeah.
but like it's just like it's one of those things that I take my time to wrap his present and all that stuff and he just forgets about it. He barely remembers to get presents for people, so
Yeah, some people just say my brother's not really that way. If he knows that I'm buying for him, then he'll do it and he'll do it big. But like if he's also kind of like, oh, nobody's buying for each other. We really don't have to. So he's kind of like an either way, but I'm super just like, no, I gotta go in every year.
yeah.
So shout out to them. And hopefully he didn't just my friend didn't hear what I said about the Eagles because he is the only friend I have that's a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So I guess I did let it out the bag what he's gonna get. Breed wants to know if somebody were trying to buy for you, what store would they find something you would you would want. Most likely to find something you would want. That's a good one. If somebody went to the mall and was looking for pink, without saying what you would want, what store would they most likely be able to find something you're into?
I feel like I am so. It's hard for me because I never ask for stuff. So I'm usually happy with what people give me. But the presents that I like the most normally have been from like places like trying to think. What's that place called? Anthropology is one of them. But like not the clothing, like items that you can find there. And then Urban Outfitters has items that you can buy there for me. And then anything like knickknacks and like things that look for a kid, like, you know, gaming toys and all that stuff. I normally just like, I feel like I'm very easy to shop for. I think I am very easy to shop for. If you're gonna buy something, like I know people tend to default to a cat mug or something like that. My
I
brother,
defaulted to Zelda. I was like, I would just
that
go to like one of
too.
them game stores that sell like the plush dolls.
My
Yeah,
brother
like
got me
that.
this, you know, like stuff like this.
Mhm.
My brother also like figured out that I like Inuyasha back in the day, and he got me like an Inuyasha shirt and like a Nintendo 64 shirt and like what's it called? I have like Super Mario Bros. Socks and stuff like that. All the stuff that I usually don't spend on me. That's usually what I like people to get me because I don't spend it on myself. So yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, for pink, it would probably be like one of them gaming stores that sell like
And also
plush
crystals.
dolls.
Like crystals.
Oh,
and
crystals
stuff.
is dope
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Okay, okay. For me, I feel like I'm super easy by for also, and I have so many interests. Like my brother was it my best friend, the one I was talking about the Eagles. He bought me a Milwaukee Bucks jersey because he knows I like the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He got me his jersey. I don't wear a lot of jerseys really, but he knows that's a player that I like to watch when I have time to watch sports. I got a Damian Lillard Portland jersey from my brother one year. So like they know about the sports side that I'm into, but I have like friends that go buy me gaming things like t-shirts, anime shirts. I got so many hobbies that it's like I feel like it's really hard to ever fuck up. You could go into Hot Topic
Uh,
and just pick a t-shirt off the wall, and most likely I'm into whatever you pick off the wall. But like pop figures, I think you can get those at Hot Topic also. So like I'm super easy. I would say Hot Topic. You can never go wrong with me. Well, you could because you could go too far. Like I don't need the choker with the spikes or anything like that. I don't need none of that, but like just the graphic tees is good. Okay, final one here from Jordan. Have you ever recorded a GIF? Oh wait, what? I fucked this up somehow. Jordan, I'm sorry, I fucked your question up. Let me see what this was supposed to say. Okay. I don't know how I put recorded. It's supposed to say, have you ever opened a gift you didn't like, and how did you react to it?
well, yeah. So like there was.
Don't incriminate yourself though.
I'm not. I'm not.
Okay.
It was a long time ago, and like I was a kid, and I was a kid. Okay, a kid, very young kid, like
Okay.
not even 10. And there was this family that was just like known for giving the worst gifts. Like
Oh shit.
yeah, like they got me a calculator, and they got my sister coasters. And my sister was like 9 years old, you know, like Christmas coasters, and I got a calculator, and I was like,
That's crazy.
and even then, I remember I was like, oh, thank you, a calculator. But then I was like, this is really weird.
You didn't carry it around your room and your living room and everywhere else with it?
No, not that one, no, not that one. I didn't carry it everywhere, no.
I'm like, yo, I might have to throw hands when somebody gets me a calculator. I can't lie. That's crazy.
It was a really good calculator, I will say that. But you know, I wasn't
That's
even.
sick.
I don't think I even was like looking at any advanced math in school. Like I was in primary school, you know. Oh, 1 second.
That is sick. I would be so mad if somebody got me a calculator for Christmas. I can't lie to you.
Running out of battery here.
Okay. We're on our last question. Anyways, for me, a bad gift. I don't think I ever got a bad gift. I remember my mom got me like she wanted me to try something different other than like sitting in my room listening to rap and playing video games all day. So like she bought me like a drawing pad with some colored pencils, but it was kind of like I know you're probably not gonna fuck with this, but try to do something different. It wasn't a bad gift. It was just like, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna draw on this for 5 seconds. I'm turning Tupac back on. But like, yeah, it was like I don't know. I don't think I honestly don't think I ever got a bad gift. Yeah, damn. I wish I could. I wish I could. I've definitely opened gifts where they tried to get me something different than what I was used to, though, and I was just like, all right, I appreciate what you try to do there, but just pretend like you're happy and then go back upstairs and play with the shit you wanted to play with. But yeah, that was pretty much it. All right. There we go. We got through our Christmas episode.
Yeah. I hope
think we did pretty good.
everyone has a great time. However you celebrate it, and know that if you're one of those people that gets sad during the holidays, that's also okay. We're here for you.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, so I hope everyone takes care and have a good time. Or bad, it's okay. All it's
Yeah.
valid. Just stay
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah, I definitely have friends who get a little upset's not the right word, but the holidays are a hard time for them. So
Yeah.
it's a real thing. I will say I hope nobody gets a fucking calculator
I know.
out there. I hope that's not a thing.
Unless you
for
need
anybody.
it. Unless you need it and you want
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
right?
Maybe if you're in college or something, and you
Yeah.
absolutely need one of them expensive. Okay, then hopefully you get that. Other than that, if you give a little child a calculator, you need to slap yourself. That is crazy. I'm like, that's where is Batman when the real crimes like this are happening? What the fuck? Who gives somebody a fucking calculator? All right, we got to get out of it because now I'm getting mad about the calculator.
All right.
Everybody have a good holiday. Also, like I said, the day after Christmas, you will have the episode of me playing Liza P with Pink giving me a hard time, more than likely. So you'll have something to look forward to. I'm Anthony Streams. This is Pink Radiohead, and we are signing off.
Bye.